Howdy, howdy, brethren. Just like to recommend a website. It's called No Greater Joy Ministries, and Michael Pearl and his wife behind it. They have couple of YouTube channels, The Door, and the other one. It doesn't have any recent activity. Is No Greater Joy YouTube channel. But he's also got some books, and one of his latest books is The Gap Fact, an out of whack creation scientism. Michael Pearl. So I think I'll be getting that book because I'm interested in the gap fact. And I'll just read something here that he's got like a chapter on the website. If you go to the website is nogreaterjoy.org, so you can order the book from there. The creation science movement has put out false propaganda leading Christians who don't have a solid biblical or historical foundation to make a judgment not founded in facts. The young earthers have seduced Christians with their science, causing them to become judges of the Bible, rejecting long-standing traditional doctrine and replacing it with faith in scientific interpretation of a few. So these young Earth creationists. Don't get me started about flat earthers as well. But young Earth creationists have they worship science, like CMI magazine, who I talked about before. They seem to worship science more than the Bible, and they don't stick to the actual Bible, which is the King James. Then you've got like the Catholic Church getting involved in creation science. So, it's turned into a farce, really, and we're losing the truth of the Bible by just believing those people who, if you want to talk about the gap, they just scream evolution, straight away, and they shut down the truth with their putting up the straw man about evolution. And that's what happens a lot of times. People build up, if you believe the gap, you believe in evolution and billions and millions of years and all this sort of stuff, and you believe that there was all this life and death layers underneath Adam and Eve, and it's just a big just building up this straw man to deny a fact. Disciples of these young Earth scientists raised in this era of Bible ignorance have succumbed to the flood, pun intended, of one-sided propaganda and have become militant in their assertions, denigrating and maligning traditional Bible doctrine that has been the belief of Bible students for more than 2,000 years. They attempt to marginalize those who still hold a traditional belief. Their single issue fervency holding out that the young Earth theory as a litmus test for orthodoxy has evolved into a new ism with cult-like intensity and zeal. The time has come to expose it. Creationism has been hijacked by young Earthism, so there is a new ism creating a schism, and the division has induced a collision and merited derision that we did not envision 50 years ago. All right, so this is that's a portion of my well-researched new book, The Gap Fact: Out of Whack Scientism. Yeah, and he says, don't send your children out into the world claiming the Bible teaches a flat earth or 6,000-year-old universe. We may be rejected for our belief in special creation and our rejection of evolution in any form, but we don't need to solicit ridicule unnecessary. You have heard the modern side of the gap fact. It's time to hear the historical biblical truth of the matter. Yeah, so it'll be interesting read. There are other books, obviously, on the gap fact, and I might link another article, a good one, but by Dr. Kevin, someone, but he talks about how, the new versions, they have heavens instead of heaven in Genesis 1. That explains why that new perversion has done that, and why it, and it sort of hides the gap. That's why you need to stick to the King James. But he also, in this little excerpt of his book here, Michael Pearl's book, he explains how, when talking to people, if you believe in the young Earth, it's people will just laugh at you. But if you go, if someone says, who believes in evolution, saying, "Oh, the Earth's really old," you go, "Yeah, I think it is," but that's when Satan fell. That Earth was destroyed, and then God created man from there. So it leaves that conversation opener there to say, well, that very well could be the case, that the Earth is old, very old, but we were still creation. Let's look at the evidence. And he just talks about how that can just leave doors open, because if you come straight out and say the Earth is 6,000 years old, people will just laugh at you and won't even listen to you, and they miss the gospel. So it's worth looking into, and don't let anyone put all these call God a liar tactics. Like when I was on the forum, the best arguments I had was someone trying to define the word and you're calling God a liar because God said it was all good. Well, God didn't say it was good until after he made light. So anyway, I'll link that other good article by Dr. Kevin so-and-so, but I'll also link this YouTube channel and this website from Michael Pearl. He's also got a good explanation. Someone asked him about the Trinity, and the way he says in the video that he prefers the word Godhead, but he still uses Trinity. But it's hard to get away from that. That's just the legacy of early Christian church, how that got stuck in there, that word Trinity. But he talks a bit about the Catholic Church Trinity and how it's totally wrong. But the way he explains it's pretty good. So I'll link that there, because you have people on both sides who don't accept the body, soul, and spirit teaching, and it's much more than that. Great is the mystery of godliness. But in this video, Michael Pearl says that we can't comprehend it, and God doesn't expect us to comprehend it. Without controversy, great is the mystery of godliness. So if you can totally define the Godhead, then the mystery's gone. You're limiting God, and he sort of goes into that. It's very interesting, and so I'll put that video in there in the link, and also a link to the Door YouTube channel and his website. But the Gap Fact, I'm going to order that book. I'm going to read it. I've been doing a lot of research into it. People say it's not important, I don't need that. Well, it's the Bible. All Bible is important. I don't know how people can say it's not important and they don't want to know about it. It seems that if anyone wants to look into it, they go, it's not important, and blah blah. Well, if you're trying to win souls out there, so to speak, I don't like that term, but if you're trying to have dialogue with people, they're just going to laugh at you when you say the world's 6,000 years old. If there's biblical proof there was a world before man was created, then that could be the door opener to someone accepting the Lord. But yeah, creationism has gone off the rails. There's no doubt about it. I'm not going to subscribe to Creation Magazine or the Journal of Creation anymore, because they're apologise. They use the new perversions all the time. They're apologising about the Catholic Church and talking about the comeback of creation science in Catholicism, in grassroots level at least. But yeah, in the future, creation science, these neo-Nazi Christians that come about, radical, fake Christians, they're probably going to push creation science. The Antichrist is probably going to be a creationist who denies the gap. Just the thought. But anyway, yeah, don't let people put you off the gap fact. Research it, and people need to stop fighting over the Trinity as well. People can't force you to believe in a three-person Trinity, and people don't need to totally accept another version of body, soul, and spirit. There's more to it. But I must admit the three-person teaching is a bad one, because it puts so many contradictions there, and it makes other people, other religions sort of laugh at Christians for believing in three gods, and it's a real problem. But anyway, yeah, Michael Pearl. And I was going to put in another link to another guy who it's called The Lies of the Devil YouTube channel, and he's got a playlist and a series of videos on the Trinity, which are quite good, and he talks about all the different Trinities, like the Babylonian ones, the Catholic Church one, and Hindu ones and stuff, I think. But he said he has people, other Christians, telling him to confess a three-person Trinity. See, they're doing the bidding of the Catholic Church, because we're definitely going to have the Antichrist Trinity. I thought that was interesting, how people are telling him to confess, other Christians are telling him to confess a three-person Trinity. Oh man, these people. This is what we can expect. The fake Christians, you better confess a three-person Trinity and believe in creation science, 6,000-year-old Earth, or else I'll cut your head off. And throw that King James Bible away. That's it. I'll just link that, and cheers, and God bless.